Alright, welcome back, fans. I hope you learned something about going from home to first when you're coming out of the box. I'm going to go now to stealing second, which stealing second involves both timing by the base runner and the pitcher in order to get a good jump so you can get the first base. The key first to being a good base runner is that you always want to have a big lead off first base. So you don't want to be really close to the base. You want to be somewhere, you want to try to time the pitcher and get a good lead that's far away so you have less distance to go to second base. And once you get a good lead, you should notice the pitcher who's on the mound and his footwork along with his pitch times to home plate, so you can kind of judge whether or not he has a fast delivery, a slow delivery, or he's slow stride or a fast stride. And if a pitcher has like a long delivery or a long stride, then you'll have more time to successfully steal second base in less time. And once the pitcher commits to home plate with his delivery and his foot moving towards home plate, that's your indication to go start stealing. And to begin stealing, just like going to home to first, you always want to utilize a crossover step to propel you towards second base. And you always want to run with your head held still and your arms in, so you can avoid losing speed while running and try to avoid air resistance so you can get the second base a little quicker. And you always want to take every little opportunity you can get to build speed and get the second without being tagged out. And when running, you should always take a quick glance at the catcher and the man covering second base, so you can decide whether or not to slide in or go in standing up. When you're close to the base down here, you can always slide into first base, which helps cover the last few steps when you need to get the second base. You always try to want to get a tag that'll try to get below the tag of the fielder, because if the catcher tries throwing high, you can always slide down and you'll get below the tag and you can get the second base. And you always want to be in position so when you slide, you're not going to be sliding over the base or around the base. You always want to stay on first base, because it forces the catcher to throw a very good throw, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes he'll short hop it, sometimes he'll throw it over the second baseman's head, or he just won't throw it at all. And also, when you're stealing, you always want to be aware, because maybe if a foul ball is hit or a pop-up is hit and you need to get back to first base, you need to hustle really fast back to first base to avoid being tagged up. And if it's a grounder, you always want to know where it is, so if you need to advance to another base, you can, or if it goes into the hole, you can look around, you can get off second base and you can time whether or not the throw will come in and beat you. And that's all about stealing second base from first. And I hope you tune in next time. We'll go over tagging up from third and getting runs without any hits.